video finds you all well. This is probably going to be kind of strange, this video. Something that I've been noticing ever since I've been hanging around here in Central Florida is these real strange and, to me, unusual kind of lines and dots that occur in a lot of different places. I just really don't know what they are. I've asked a few people, and I don't think I explained to them very well what I was talking about, so they didn't have any answers. But anyway, I use this Google Earth, and that's what we're looking at right now, to check out hiking places and fishing places, and then it gives me a little bit of information about what the area I'm going to will probably look like, and then it won't be just a complete surprise to me. But anyway, every time I go on Google Earth to look for these hiking and fishing spots or whatever, I mean, of course, we even use Google Earth. I'll use it to find a shopping center or a river somewhere or whatever. But anyway, I haven't been able to figure out what these lines are. Now, my friend from Ohio that I hang out with while he's here in Florida, he's back in Ohio right now. They've done that snowbird thing and they're back home. But he seemed to think, now let me pull back up here. He seemed to think that this was some kind of developer thing where they were laying out plots for like housing subdivisions or something like that. And he may be right, but I'm just not buying into that, because I find this stuff in too many places, and I find it hard to believe that developers would be dumb enough to do this over and over again. Now, this is the Google Earth's fault here, but I wish you would look at the amount of land that is taken up by these dots and lines. You know, it almost looks like somebody created a pathway through there and then came along and planted some kind of tree or bush or something. Let me see how good we can look at this. Well, let me go over where there's more light. That's about as close as I can get up, but it looks like somebody purposely, you know, every 3 to 6 feet or whatever, dug spots here for digging or whatever. And the reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now is because I want to show you how wide-ranging these things are. I mean, I've shown this, and here's some more of it. You can keep going. Here is Cockroach Bay, which those of you that aren't from here won't know what this is, but this is a preserve they have down here. And also, there's this road that goes down. Well, that's not the one, but at Cockroach Bay, there's a road that goes down there that a lot of people use for fishing. I'm not going to hunt that right now because that's not what we're doing. But anyway, you can continue on down through here and find this stuff. Let's see, there's not any there. Here's some more. And I just don't think developers are stupid enough to keep doing that same thing over and over again. You know, that's like the definition of being crazy, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So I'm not buying that that's a developer's thing. But we were out looking for places to fish and doing a little hiking at this place called Emerson Point one day. And we ran into this guy that was a local, and he had some kind of kayaking fishing tour business. But he was just out that day, just having a personal day, I believe. But anyway, I thought to ask him about this since he was from around here. And he said that this was a Florida state attempt. Florida, the state, not Florida State University, to engage in mosquito control. That they had done these trenches and they dug some holes here, and I wish I'd asked him a few more questions, but apparently these things were dug to add some kind of mosquito insecticide. Now I thought later on, well, I don't even know that mosquitoes even breed in salty water. In most of these areas are salty, and if not salty, they're at least on the high end of brackish. So I looked up whether mosquitoes bred in salt water or not, and to my surprise, they actually will. Now, I'm not going to get into that a whole lot because it was complicated. What I was reading was some kind of report that a college kid might read to do his doctorate or something, so I'm not going to get into all that technicality. But anyway, it was stating that mosquitoes will breed in salty, marshy areas if they're not affected very much by the tide. Meaning that if the tide, when it came in, didn't flush across this area, and then as the tide receded, drained this area, then mosquitoes would be able to breed there. And looking at that, that looks like some kind of area that may hold true to. But I'm just doing this video because I thought I would throw this out to some people to see if they had an answer to what this was. I mean, it's not any big deal. It's not the end of the world isn't happening, and I don't believe these were put here by aliens from Mars. But I'm just curious about it. And since I have some subscribers that are ex-Florida residents, and some subscribers that are right now current Florida residents, maybe some of them that were here when this was created, assuming that this was created and isn't natural. I thought maybe some of those folks would know the answer to this. Now, I in the beginning thought that this was natural. But now this one isn't so geometrically perfect, I would say, because there are a lot of circles and odd shapes and all that kind of stuff through here. But some of these things are laid out so well. Look at these lines. I mean, I know they're not perfect. Look at the size. The sizes are all different. But I don't see how anything in nature could have lines that perfect, especially and have them at close to 45-degree angles from each other. That's a east to west line and a north to south line. So I don't know. I'm going to quit talking about this because whoever's watching this can already see what I'm talking about. But I mean, these things are just everywhere. So anyway, just take a look at those things, and if you don't know what they are but just have an idea what they are, tell me in the comments below, because I mean, this is a mystery to me that I would like to have solved. And of course it isn't a mystery. Somebody knows what this is, but I just hope it's one of my viewers. So thanks for sitting through this TV watching, Google Earth watching episode, and I hope you have some kind of answer for me. All right, everyone, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you.